Hey guys, how you doing? This is Toby from Ink Society, and over the last couple weeks, it's slowed down a little bit here at the shop, and there's something that I really been wanting to discuss with you guys, and I thought, you know what, no better time than the present to go over this with you guys. We've had a lot of people come into the studio. This is a small town, and we live in a community where, maybe not everybody is a $75,000 a year, client. But we do have a lot of clients that come into us on a regular basis, and then we also have the clients that are walk-ins, and they come in and they price haggle with us. And we have a very, in my opinion, low shop minimum, and our shop minimum here is only $40. Is that correct? And I just wanted to discuss a few things with you, and I wanted to show you the difference between a home tattoo and what it is to go into a properly staffed and supplied studio. And I wanted to start by going over just a few things with you. Most tattoo artists, when they're tattooing out of a house, or they're tattooing out of their friend's house, or they're coming to your house and throwing a tattoo party, there's a lot of things that they don't have to pay for, okay? Now, does that mean that they're a bad artist or that they're maybe not as clean as we are? No, it doesn't. I'm sure that those people could do the same thing that we do and go online and take our classes, get their certifications, and do the proper training, but I'm not saying that they do that as well. I'm just saying that it is possible for someone to do a good clean tattoo out of a home, but I wanted to explain to you the difference. And today I'm going to kind of go over that with you. Up here, as you see, are my certificates. These are my bloodborne pathogens, my first aid, my CPR, my preventing disease transmission, stuff like that. And that is a class that you have to pay for online. This studio here is a licensed studio, which means we have to carry insurance of $1 million liability. It means that we are certified through the state of Ohio's health department, and all of that costs money. We have overhead, we have expenses, including insurance, rent or mortgage on the building. You have employee withholding taxes. You've got a lot of different things that cost a business money to run that a lot of these guys don't have to do. But I want to get down to the nitty-gritty of what it really takes to do a good, clean, proper tattoo. And it's not a whole lot of things, but it is something that I really want you guys to pay attention to. If you come in and you start haggling with a tattoo studio, I want you to understand where we're coming from. And I'm going to start out with something as simple as this right here. This is our tattoo forms. This is what you come in and you fill out and you sign. And what this does is it verifies that your age. It also, on the front of it, has aftercare procedures and how to take care of your tattoo. And also, this is something that's been written up by an attorney for most businesses. Now, an attorney just doesn't do that for free. I'm sure there's people that go out there and clip and paste and just throw something together, but ours are actually done correctly. And it does, relieve liability on us, because the truth of it is, we can only guarantee your sterility until you walk out the door. So there's the first thing, that when you first come in and we ask you to see your ID and fill out that form, that is the first thing that we start doing that costs us money to perform your tattoo for you. Now, then we can go into the stencils, a good tattoo shop and a good artist will use high quality stencil paper. They will use high quality trace paper. They use high quality either Micron or Prisma pens. And this is not something that is really, really cheap. This is something that costs, I would say an average tattoo, $3 or $4, just to do a nice simple tattoo before we've ever even touched your skin. Then we can walk into what we use to either prep the skin. We've got our green soap down here on this table. Whether someone uses alcohol as a prep to clean the area, you've got your stencil stuff over here. You've got your tattoo H2 Ocean Nothing Soothing Balm. Good quality inks is something that I really would like you to understand. Most home tattooers are popping into these little fly-by-night tattoo supply companies, or they're buying stuff online, and they're buying little small bottles of ink that they don't know if they really came from a good quality company. But we carry only the best brands that money can buy, including Fusion, Dynamic. We do use some Eternal. A lot of the guys here love the Eternal Marshall Bennett Black and Gray wash, which I use personally. I think it's one of the best black and gray washes on the market. But in my opinion, as far as quality of inks go, there's really only about a handful across the United States that I would consider tattoo shop worthy. Now, that is something that we can discuss as we're talking about the tattooing itself, but the reality of it is, even before we've ever even touched your skin, we've probably come somewhere to the neighborhood of $6 to $8 before we've ever even touched your skin with a needle. Now we can discuss the needles as well. A good quality tattoo studio will not be using autoclaved needles. Some may be using autoclaved tubes because they're using stainless steel tubes, which is something that a lot of us older artists have, gotten accustomed to, and they haven't broken away from that and went complete disposable yet. But guys like me, I am completely disposable, and I have stepped up to a new generation of tattooing equipment, which is called the cartridge system. These cartridges are pre-sterilized. They're medical grade. They come out of a fantastic factory. Either you use T-Tech or you use Cheyenne. There's several different companies out there that's making them. There's actually one called Fuck Stick. I don't mean to use that language, but that's actually what it's called. They're good quality. There's a lot of good quality needle manufacturers out there. But the reality of it is, to do a good, simple, small tattoo, the minimum is 2 needles that you're going to be using. You're going to be using a liner, you're going to be using a shader. Right there's another $6. Now, the equipment that we use, including our power supplies and our tattoo machines right here, these are not some eBay $19.95 tattoo machines. Now, I'm going to be touching some of this stuff with my bare hands, even though it's been cleaned and sterilized. This is not an actual tattoo setup. This is just for the video. If I was actually doing the tattoo, I would be making sure I was gloved up before I touched my clean machines or put the needles into the machines and things like that. But I'm going to explain something to you. Like this machine right here, this is a Brandenburg tattoo machine. I think it is probably one of the most lightweight, quality rotary tattoo machines that's on the market today. I really like his quality. A good tattoo machine of this caliber is somewhere between, geez, he may kill me for saying this, but I think they're between $350 and $450. Now, obviously, this tattoo machine will last us the lifetime, and we're not going to have to do this every single tattoo that we have. But also, you got to include that you have an adjustable grip here. This adjustable grip is, this one here is actually a Cheyenne one. This is a $140 tattoo tube. So, I mean, in a good quality setup for power supply, machines, and all, you're going to have somewhere in the neighborhood of $1,500 in that. Little things as far as like Maticide bottles, rinse cups, using only reverse osmosis water like we use, that we have brought in weekly from a local water place. We don't want to be tattooing tap water like some of these people would be doing into your body. So our rinse cups and the cup itself may not be sterile. It comes out of a single-use drinking cup, but the water that we're using is the highest quality that we can use for you. We're only using single-use disposable razors. If we're using vitamin A and D ointment as a lubricant, we're using single-use packets. We're only using single-use ink caps, and we're dispensing our inks into there without touching the ink caps. Good tattoo artists will average somewhere between 3 to 5 pairs of gloves for an entire setup. A good box of gloves nowadays costs you $11.50. I personally only use Bounties for paper towels. A lot of people, will use Vivas. Now, I want to touch on this paper towel thing. I'm sure that some of you guys out there that have been tattooed at home have seen your artist either run out of ink or, hey, honey, can you bring me another roll of paper towels in from the kitchen? Let me explain something to you. There's 2 ways you can look at paper towels out there. One is for house cleaning and cleaning up your stations and doing what you got to do. But the other one is you got to think about, this guy is going to be rubbing this paper towel on my skin, possibly for the next hour, hour and a half, maybe even longer. Those paper towels can feel like sandpaper after a while. So we use quality paper towels that don't have any dyes in them. If you see someone come out and they're using paper towels that maybe have red holiday print on them or something like that, you probably know that they're not a true professional. Because not only would that change the hue of the inks as they're tattooed, but if they're wiping that over top of that area, what happens if someone's allergic to red dye and there's red dye in those paper towels, or blue dye or something like that? You are wiping over top of an open wound here, and you don't want to cause more trauma than what is necessary. The best way to do a tattoo is to get in the skin and out of the skin as efficiently as you can do it in a time frame that causes no damage. And I mean, obviously we're not doctors, but the Hippocratic Oath, I'd like to say I feel the same way, to do no harm. I would like to do the best tattoo that I can do on you. And I just wanted to touch base on a few of these things today, because a lot of people don't understand that an entire tattoo setup done properly in a good, clean tattoo studio can range somewhere in the neighborhood just to do your small infinity sign tattoo, or maybe that little tiny set of angel wings that you just want hidden behind your, the back of your ear. Before we've even touched your skin, we're somewhere in the neighborhood of about $15 to $18. Now you come in and you wanna haggle and say, well, my buddy can do this for me for $20 or $25 in the basement of his house. Yeah, he can. Absolutely, he can. But is the quality of the tattoo going to be the same as what happens walking into here? It may look just as good today. But 4 days later, when you're having a horrible reaction because it's not healing as well, or worse yet, I don't mean to be rude to these people because there are great artists that are tattooing out of private studios and out of their homes. But what happens if that person didn't clean this area properly with Maticide before he set up his setup, and the next thing you know, you're in the hospital with something like, either MRSA or a staph infection, or God forbid something worse than that. It could be hepatitis, I want to try to make you understand that we're not trying to price gouge you as much as we are trying to protect your health. And us at Ink Society, we want to wish everybody out there a Merry Christmas, and we hope that you can go into 2017 with a better understanding now of what it takes for a tattoo artist to do a good, clean, proper tattoo on you. And really, in my opinion, there's only a couple ways to do it. Either you have a private studio in your house that is set up with the cleanliness, that doesn't that doesn't involve cross-contamination, where maybe your wife cooked dinner on the same spot that you're tattooing that day. We don't want to see stuff like that, Or you come into a good, clean tattoo studio who has respect. Things like barrier films, covering the light switches, because we don't want to touch that light switch and then go back to tattooing on you the same light switch that we've tattooed 50 different people on that week. Or the power supply being covered up, or something as simple as a cell phone. Okay? You don't want to see your artist answering a cell phone in the middle of a tattoo, and the reason that I'm showing this is because I do keep it covered, and sometimes I'm in the studio alone tattooing, and I do have to answer the phone. So I let the customer itself know that ahead of time, and then I barrier cover my cell phone, and I'm usually on Bluetooth, so if I have to, I can just hit answer, speak into the phone, let them know that I'm in the process of doing a tattoo. If they could, please call back and leave a message, and I'd be back with them at a convenient location. Or sometimes, to be honest with you, I pretty much ignore you. I'll admit that that's kind of shitty, but sometimes I don't feel like it's right for a customer to have to sit there and listen to me in a 20, 30-minute conversation. So I just want to get into this with you a little bit and let you know that we're not trying to price gouge. We really want to do the best quality tattoo that we can do for you for the long term. And that includes your health benefits, and that's including keeping the tattoo looking good, longevity, by using good quality equipment and good quality inks for you. So I hope your new year is amazing. I hope every tattoo that you want to get ends up healing in 3 or 4 days, and it feels like butterfly kisses, and you just love every experience. But for those of you that have maybe not had that same experience, stop in and see us. We'll do the best that we can to make you as happy as we would one of our own family members that are sitting in that chair getting tattooed. We treat everyone here just like their family. And all of us at Ink Society would like to say Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year, and we love all you guys. Thank you very much.